Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Story, and today is September the 8th, which means we are running up until the 15th because that's how things go around here. Look at all the stuff, all the solstice is gone. It's been solstice away, but look at that. Flames in the distance. You know it. It's Iron Banner. But anyway, what have we got to do in Destiny 2 this week? Regard the Tower map. If you're new to the game, welcome. Come on in, pull up a pew, and pour yourself a piping hot brew. We have a look at this tower map because it has a lot of all these colourful chips. I'm going to call them chips for today. And it has lots of them. What do they represent? Vendors. And vendors are, that's right, your best friend. They administer weekly challenges, bounties, and quests, and all kinds of stuff. So, for example, Spare Parch vendor challenge for our own gunsmith this week. Complete 8 bounties for some powerful gear at Tier 1. Gear comes in a variety of different tiers. Tier 1, 2, 3, and Pinnacle. Pinnacle is the highest form of juice that you can juice yourselves with. So that is the nomenclature, if you want to pronounce that very fast after having done 10 jumping jacks with a concrete pair of pants. Anyway, there's various vendors that will also administer these powerful gears at Tier 1. 8 bounties of, same with Zavala over there, but for some reason we've got a new exotic quest dropping today, I believe, so maybe there's something happening with that. But anyway, we can, of course, run over to Shady Schemes. Bounties 8 of, powerful gear, Tier 1 from the Bearded Drifter. Look at it. And then there is the clan rewards. Clan XP, 5,000 points earned for your character if you're in a clan. Powerful gear at Tier 2, slightly more juiciest of the juices there. So, and don't forget, means to an end quest line from Season of Arrivals will get you a piece of pinnacle loot should you complete it each week. And there is the Prophecy Dungeon while we're at it as well for our pinnacles. Lots of fun there. Anyway, let's delve into the playlists because there are many. We've got lots of planets to visit, and I would, if you're new to the game, frequent yourselves with all the vendors on the planets and see what they're peddling. That's definitely my advice. But anyway, we've got our 3 main playlists here, so let's jump into the Vanguard playlist. Four items on the menu. We've got the fish, the mutton, the lamb, and the chicken. First of all, daily heroic story missions. These are just a means to replay some of your favourite campaign missions. Doesn't award anything so concrete apart from random in-game drops such as legendary engrams, and if you're lucky, you might get some exotics perhaps. But the meat and veg starts with the Vanguard strikes. 3 of, completed using the same subclass element as the currently active elemental burn will get you some strikes completed as well as some pinnacle loot. 3 of. What's the weekly elemental burn? It's Void Singe for the week, so equip your Void subclass. Do 3 of them. Pinnacle loot in the pocket. What more could you want? The ordeal this week happens to be Thavathun Thong, and that will have 2 challenges rather. We've got do 3 nightfalls, 3 ordeals over and over. That's how you love it. Powerful gear at Tier 1. But if you want the pinnacle loot, you're going to have to complete it with a team score above 100,000 points. Can you Adam and Eve it? I can. Then there is the Vanilla Nightfall playlist consisting of 3 strikes. Oh, look at this. Insight Terminus, Inverted Spire, and the Hollowed Lair. Hollowed Lair is always a favourite because it has the specific loot, the Mindbender's shotgun. So if you're after a good shotty still, then you've got a very small amount of time before one of the best ever shotguns is sunsetted. Insight Terminus as well for the longer buy sniper rifle, which is fantastic. And the Inverted Spire for the Trichromatica exotic shell. So just in case you're unclear, those are specific bits of loot that these strikes offer, and you'll have to grind the strike over and over again to increase your chances of getting a drop. So just keep grinding, Guardians. Don't ask questions, put your head down, and grind. Grind until you can grindeth no more. Gambit playlist next. Let's have a look. We've got the Reckoning, which is a 1-to-4 player cooperative match-made activity with a variety of 3 flavors. Tier 1, 2, and 3. This is a PvE style activity, and the burn for this week is Solar Singe. So you can jump into that if you're after any of the Season of the Drifter weaponries, for example, for collections and old school titles, which are being removed from the game, by the way. And then we've got our Gambit playlist as well as the Gambit Prime playlist. 3 games on either or of these playlists will get you some powerful pinnacle loot. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine all that pinnacle stuff? Well, just jump in there. Then there is some private matches if you want to see if any member of your family is feeling a bit cocky and suggests they can dispatch a primeval before yourself. So get all hands on deck. And then we've got the Crucible playlist. So we've got Iron Banner coming back this week in the rotator matches. Now we've got 2 types of, let's call them playlist groupings, if you will, in the PvP department. We've got rotator matches. This week there is Supremacy, Countdown, and Iron Banner. 4 matches completed in a rotator playlist will get you powerful gear at tier 1. Then there's the core playlist, which consists of Rumble, Control, Elimination, Survival, Freelance Survival, and Classic 6-Stack, which will also be there as well. A bit of 6-stackage, you love it. So there you go. Any 4 games completed in the core playlist will get you some pinnacle gear. That's nice. There'll be plenty of things to grind for in Iron Banner as well. Just run over to Saladin and pick up the bounties and the quest line and get in there and get smashed. That's basically my advice to you. What else is there to do in Destiny 2 this week? Well, there is a flashpoint, which this week happens to be on the EDZ. I can see it right here in front of my visage. And what is a flashpoint? Well, various public events will spawn. Go run over, spawn on these events, and do them, and complete them, participate in them, and you'll watch this progress bar totter, sachet on up to that 0 to turn it into 100%. So you'll get some powerful gear at tier 1 for doing all the Flashpoint business. So there you go. Flashpoint is on the EDZ this week. Then we've got the Moon, which is ram-packed with activities. We've got our Nightmare Hunts here. 3 Nightmare Hunts will get you some powerful gear at tier 1. Then we've got complete a Nightmare Hunt on Master difficulty for that pinnacle loot, if you want the juicy stuff. Speaking of pinnacle loot, we've got Pit of Heresy Dungeon for you to get stuck into here. There is some vendors down the bottom. We've got the Lectern of Enchantments, which will dish out some powerful gear if you defeat 30 nightmares over in the Altars of Sorrow, which is over there. This is still quite a decent activity. Horde mode style business going on there. There's 3 different bosses at the end of the altars, and depending on which boss you get, there'll be a different weapon that drops. One's a shotgun, slug shotgun, a sniper rifle, and a rocket launcher. So then there's Erismorn, who will distribute her powerful gears if you do her memory quest line completed. And of course, there's the Garden of Salivation raid. There it is. Salivation right there. So that's the Moon. There's plenty of stuff to get involved with there. There is also another old school escalation protocol, another wave event. If you're after this kind of stuff this week, it happens to be dropping the sniper rifle if you're interested. Over in other news, at the Dreaming City, the Ascendant Challenge this week, as we watch my mouse drift from one end to the other, Harbinger's Seclude. So run over to Petrevenge here, and then jump into Harbinger's Seclude for your weekly Ascendant Challenge, because you know you love it. The Dreaming City Curse Week happened to be on week 2. So have at it. There you go then. That's the main activities covered. We've got the tower. We're going to have a little look at the bounties for all the lovely newbies, all the folks that are new to the game. Just explain some of the bounty systems for you as we do. We do this by tradition. 2 types of bounties here. We've got 3 types even. We've got our weekly bounties, the daily bounties, and the additional bounties. Pretty much every main vendor has this kind of setup. The Gunsmith's weekly bounties award you XP, Glimmer, upgrade modules, and some planetary resources. So the upgrade modules, very handy for upgrading your gear. The daily bounties will award some mod components and enhancement cores. Again, very handy for picking up mods and enhancing those weapons. And then the additional bounties from the Gunsmith only get XP. But hold on to that thought, because we'll have a look at the Crucible vendor in a moment and see what other currencies are awarded for these kind of bounties. Now we've got some material exchanges, if I can English. Mod components, swap them. You've got an armor mod and a weapon mod. This week we've got, today we've got hand cannon reserves and a backup mag. If you've got those, or if you're not interested, just wait 24 hours because these refresh on the daily reset. Nice. Then there is some upgrade modules and enhancement prisms and ascendant shards that you can swap your stuff for right there and then. It's quite exorbitant. Be very careful how much you're spending because kids have got to go to college. Anyway, if we hop on over to the PvP vendor, just to have a look at his bounties for a fantastic segue to the end of the video. Weekly bounties from Fantastic Shacks will award some bright dust look as well as all the Crucible rep and tokens. Daily bounties, Crucible rep and tokens, but additional bounties, bright dust. So you can do a bit of bright dust farming on all of your characters by picking up these weekly bounties from Shacks, from Zavala, and the Drifter, if you're interested in that. So that's Strikes, Gambit, and PvP. You can farm some bright dust and spend in the Eververse store, which is just here, look. So you've all the cosmetics, all the season's WoW can be found here in the shop. You can buy it for real money, which is silver. There, you exchange your real money for some silver, or you can buy the featured stuff for bright dust. And we've got quite a lot to go through this week. Now, the Sand and Sun weapon ornament is now available for 800 of your silver. I've already bought it somehow. I don't remember doing that, but it must be like an impulse at this point. New stuff. Anyway, that is for the Traveler's Chosen exotic sidearm, which the quest should be available today, if I'm not mistaken. Then we've got the Paul Bearer exotic ship. Have a look at that. And then there is the Set and Spike finisher. Woo! I feel sorry for that robot. It's always getting smashed up every time. Fluid dance emote as well, and it is fluid. Just look how fluid. It's making me drip fluid looking at that. And then there's Victory Shout. That looks more like Tiger Uppercut. Tiger Uppercut! There you go. And then there is Nothing's Wrong. This is the daily stuff. One of my favorites. You can't do any wrong by that, really, can you? A flaming desk and a cup of tea. Just what the doctor ordered. This little tab down here refreshes every 24 hours. Can you believe it? Anyway, that is the featured section. And then we've got the seasonal stuff. So all the finishers, weapon ornaments, armor ornaments, things of the cosmetic variety can all be found here. Be wary though, because items may become unavailable for purchase after the season ends. If they are still available, they'll end up here in the archive. So you can browse at your leisure. All the stuff that was in previous seasons and previous years, because I can't believe it. We're 3 years old into Destiny 2 on PC. Today, is it? Was it today? Or was it on console today? I can't. It's so far away. My brain has melted. Anyway, Bright Dust. This is the weekly Bright Dust section. And boy, have we got some stuff here. Look at this. Precise Strike. For the times where you just want to smell the glove and smash the business. Then there is Study Time. Just take a knee and flick through the big red book, as you do. And then there is the Canopus meme, the Canopus meme. Exotic Sparrow. There it is, look. Isn't it very nice? And then there is the Minuscule Melody. Just looks like you've picked a ball of earwax out of your ear and you're smudging it all together, really, doesn't it? But anyway, there is the Intrepid Discovery Vest for Titans, Hunters, and Warlocks. Then there is the Bad Dog Weapon Ornament for the Leviathan Bow. Look, I haven't picked that up, and I'm not going to either because I'm a bit short of my Bright Dust. Oh, yeah, and I forgot there is the Bright Dust section on the featured page as well. We've got the SK1 Multiband Rover Exotic Sparrow. Isn't it nice? And then there's the Objective Reality ornament for Truth Rocket Launcher, as well as a Champion Entrance and Gloom Strife shader. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all the gubbins. Don't forget to go over to Lord Saladin to pick up your Iron Banner business, and all the best with that this week. Core blimey, is it going to be sweaty? But anyway, have an absolutely fantastic week in Destiny 2, my lovely Guardians. You take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And remember, smoke a skipper. We'll be back for breakfast.